Hey dear friends, here to do another pointer on open air preaching. I believe this is number 6, and I've entitled this one just "Don't Overcomplicate Things." Don't overcomplicate things. If you're desiring to preach, maybe you've never done it, or maybe you have done it for a while. Sometimes we can make these things too complicated. Let me read a verse to you. I'm sorry if there's a little bit of buzzing noise in here. I've got a little heater on here in my study because it's cold. But anyway, Matthew 10:27, Jesus says, "What I tell you in the darkness, speak in the light, and what you hear whispered in your ear, proclaim on the housetops." Wow, what a glorious verse that is, and I apply that to open air preaching. In other words, what are you hearing from the Lord? Do you have quiet time with God? Are you in His Word regularly? Is He speaking to you through His Word, through His Spirit? Are you gleaning things out of His Word? He's saying, man, what you hear in secret, what you hear in your prayer closet, what you hear in your quiet time, in my Word, I want you to go proclaim to others. Go proclaim from the housetops. And so I apply that to my open air preaching. I mean, it really is. Are you saved? Right? Are you saved? Do you have a burning desire to preach His Word? Then go preach. Go preach. Maybe you're a young man and you have a desire to preach, and you're looking for some opportunity in a pulpit. I would tell you to stop that. Go find a street corner. There's street corners all over our cities without a preacher. And so if you're saved, if you love Christ, if you have a desire to preach, that desire has come from the Lord. He has put that fire in your heart. So get in His Word. Hear Him speaking to you through His Word. What has He done for you? Through the gospel of Jesus Christ. Go tell it to others. That's what He's saying here. What you hear in secret, go proclaim on the housetops. That's what we're called to do. That's really, most of the time I'm preaching, I'm just declaring who Christ is. Declaring what Christ has done. Declaring what Christ has done for sinners, declaring what Christ has done for me, declaring what He tells me in His Word, the glorious promises of the gospel, the warnings of judgment, right? Those are things I hear in secret. And a lot of times I'll write a lot of my memory verses that I have, that I mentioned in the first video, I think it was. A lot of my memory verses, I'm still writing new ones down, just in my morning devotions as I'm reading through His Word, and I think, oh man, that's rich, and so a lot of times it's verses that I'm already very familiar with, or maybe it's scriptures that I just come with that really speak to my heart, and I think, man, that's a powerful truth that those who do not know Christ need to hear. Warnings of judgment, promises from His Word for those who repent, for those who believe. All of these things. Are you spending time with the Lord? Are you hearing from Christ on a regular basis? You see, that's where we're filled. That's where we're filled. We shouldn't have to come up with a sermon to go preach in the open air. I mean, that's fine if you do, if you want to really develop something, but it should be just flowing out of us, man. What we're hearing from the Lord in secret, what He is telling us in His Word, go proclaim. Go find a corner or a sidewalk where there are precious souls sitting out, walking by, and declare to them what great things God has done for you. That's really what it is. That's what keeps me going. It's a delight to go tell people, to go share with people in the public what Christ has shared with me in private in His Word. And so, don't overcomplicate things. Go proclaim the gospel to sinners who need it. God bless, guys. We'll see you next time.